Well, I want to ask something more about something you said earlier because you talked about customer advisory boards. And, I'm sure the whole reason why you're doing that is because you want to learn from your customers, right? The customers are the highest voice of authority in the business. You have to learn the language to talk to them. So I want to get into that, but everything this is akin to, it's an analogy to learning to talk to in the language of your internal customers, your upper management, right? That has control over your budgets and resources and your ability to do the job that you want to do and be proactive and contribute to the company. So everything that you just said, everything as I was hearing it was you have learned very well how to speak the language of the internal customer, right? In terms of revenue and how to produce that. So now, if we kind of switch and go over 90 degrees here and say, okay, but the voice of the actual end customer that you're selling to, most contact centers would say, I have calls and I have, conversations with customers every single day as part of a contact center. Why do I need to do something else? But you put together these customer advisory boards. So why did you do that? Why did you take a whole nother step and say, I'm not getting everything that I want just from tickets and interactions through the contact center. I want to learn more. Why did you make that decision?
Thanks for asking that. Um, Even a certain leadership style, basically, because you might become a part of nonsense and spend 80% of your time with 20% of the people, but guess which
Mhm.
one? The most problematic one. And
Yes.
then there is no growth. I mean, when you have to manage someone basically instead of working. So I would rather work with the ones who are really bringing an added value. So in call center, when you convert that in call center, you're working only with the one who are having an issue. And they are not guilty of having an issue, but they have an issue with us. And you have like 10% of consumers calling you because they have a continuous issue with us. And what about 90% of them?
Right.
Silent does not mean that we are great.
Right. Right.
Why to wait them to actually be annoyed by us or to be completely treated as a disrespect if actually we can from time to time reach out to them and ask them about the opinion? It's similar to post-call survey. If someone calls you for some issue to be sorted out, post-call is clearly related to that discussion. But that does not mean that your call center strategy should be looking only for this, what the ones with trouble told us.
Right.
Because, I mean, let's be also honest and open. Trouble are not new to us. We know that we are having delivery issue. There is a program understanding issue. There is a line setup issue. There is a system issue. I mean, as long company exists, this is going to exist. But what about those reps who work with us without issue? They know how to deliver their own and our sales results because those are common, obviously, results. So, and we don't hear them. We don't know what they need.
No.
So it's kind of a future thinking, basically. It's not ongoing and firefighting. It's about future thinking and what are their needs. Because let me bring an AI or bot here. What else might be better if we don't bring a self-service, at least to please those ones who don't have an issue? They still have a needs. So
Right.
at least in self-service area, you can help them bringing some materials and some quality answers because maybe they just don't want to talk to us. They might rather search or look for other opportunities. So why not use their knowledge and how they work with us and fill the knowledge base with exactly those not happening interactions as an example. It's an investment in future. So you are hearing me in era of making a lot of savings. The compromise would be let us bring some revenue so we get rid of some pressure of a saving, and then this pressure you reinvest into the future because you know what, next year comes very quickly. And then our bosses again ask for a new wave of a saving, correct? Like
Right.
until zero, no happiness. It's kind of for that. So That's the balance we are trying to look for, and basically hearing the ones who don't have an issue with us and really bringing a healthy business and healthy relation. Let us hear them. That's the purpose. That's the key purpose. And somehow in a few years, we used to miss them. That's why we have them back.